Arthur Wharton, 1865 to 1930. In about 1987, I visited Phil Wasilli at his house in Cambridge, and I started to talk about the players that I knew, black footballers that I knew, like Clyde Best, Albert Johansson. I thought I was being smart because I knew about Ricky Hippolyte, and then Phil just sort of trumped me with Arthur Wharton, the world's first black professional footballer to play in the Football League. Someone I'd never heard of. Research started by a guy called Ray Bradbury, and Phil has carried it on and written this really detailed book about Arthur Wharton. So Arthur was a brilliant goalkeeper, an amazing sportsman. He was the world's fastest sprinter for about 3 years, an excellent boxer, cricketer, cyclist, so all round fantastic Renaissance man, sportsman. I've created quite a bit of artwork about Arthur, and if we can just sort of move over to this large watercolour that I created. You can see here a striking looking man, handsome man. The gloves aren't your traditional goalkeeping gloves. In fact, they were probably foundry gloves. And that was because goalkeepers, they've always been called mad, bad and dangerous. But at this particular time, the rules were different in football. A goalkeeper could be charged at any point by an opposition player. There wasn't the protection that's afforded to keepers today. So often goalkeepers used to crouch down by the post so they wouldn't get clobbered, basically. And also Arthur, because of his boxing prowess, had a prodigious punch, which was not just punching the ball out from the field of play, but punching anybody that come close to him. So when I talked to kids about Arthur, he did some fantastic antics playing football. He was very athletic, very agile, used to jump onto the crossbar and be able to catch the football between his legs, say crouching by the post, and then when the opposition come charging up, because of his sprinting prowess, he was able to sprint off and do some magnificent saves. So all of this sort of really engages young people into this magnificent man. If I can just sort of show you a picture of I've done some workshops all over the Midlands, but it was particularly warming to go up to Sheffield, where Arthur used to live and work with a school up there for a Football Unites Race and Divide heritage project, which was excellent. Really did some great work. If I move over now to another portrait that I did of Arthur. This one here, a charcoal portrait, I actually used Brendan Batson, who really looks like Arthur Wharton. So I did some drawings of Brendan and took some photographs of him, and just enlarged some of his. Arthur's got a slightly larger nose than Brendan Batson, maybe through years of drinking. Brendan doesn't drink, I'm sure he doesn't. Big pompadour hairstyle again. So this is something that I have done in the past and still do, is bring other elements of other faces, people that I know, or life drawing and other to give a drawing more form. It's essential that if you're working from a photograph, which is all we have of Arthur Wharton, that things don't become static and a bit dry. So with this particular portrait, and if I talk to young people about Arthur Wharton as a sprinter, and again they're fascinated the fact that he didn't have blocks and he just did a standing start and ran 10 seconds flat, which is an amazing feat. So you can see he was an all-round good guy. I'm going to bring this up in true Blue Peter fashion from behind the desk there. This is Arthur Wharton as an older man. Unfortunately, towards the end of his life, he worked as a colliery haulage hand in the Yorkshire pits, and when he died, he was buried in an unmarked grave in Yorkshire. Football Unites Racism Divide, the PFA and the FA actually paid for a headstone to mark his grave. So that was a good thing that happened. This is a carborundum print. It's a collograph, but I use grain to add texture. So I've done quite a few prints of Arthur as a handsome young man, and then in this particular case, as life had sort of treated him badly, the carborundum and this relief process works well with it. If I can just go back now and just say one or two facts, because this book has all the facts, the internet has all the facts. Arthur Wharton's acknowledged as being the first professional black player to play in the Football League. Andrew Watson and Robert Walker are amateurs, and they played before him. And in 2014 there was a statue of Wharton was unveiled at St George's Park. I attended the event there, which was a fantastic event to see a sculpture of a black icon like Arthur. So just to finish off, my usual plug for my fantastic sponsors, Fair, for allowing me to do these films, the PFA, long-standing sufferers, and if you want to have a look at Black Looks, I've got plenty of artwork on there, Black Looks and all sorts of other projects. So thank you very much.